Let's kick things off by asking a simple question. What's the point of a warm-up? If you've ever rushed into a lift without warming up, or skipped it because you were short on time, you're not alone. But here's the truth. A proper warm-up can be the difference between crushing a session or getting sidelined by injury. And it's not just about preventing injury either. A good warm-up can boost your performance in a major way. So what does a complete warm-up actually do? First, it raises your core body temperature, gets the blood flowing to your working muscles, and preps your cardiovascular and nervous systems for the demands of training. That means quicker reaction times, stronger muscle contractions, and better range of motion. When your muscles are warmer, they can contract and relax faster. That means more power, more speed, and better coordination. Plus, warm muscles are more pliable, which lowers your risk of tears or strains during high-intensity movements. A solid warm-up also helps you mentally transition into training. It sets your focus, dials in your intent, and signals to your body. It's go time. There are two essential components of a complete warm-up. The general warm-up. This is your basic activity that gets the heart pumping. It might be 5 to 10 minutes of light jogging, cycling, jump rope, or even a few rounds of shadow boxing. The goal here is to increase overall circulation and raise your body temperature. The specific warm-up. This is where it gets tailored. Think dynamic stretching and sport-specific movements. If you're lifting, that means body weight squats, lunges, arm circles, or shoulder band work. If you're sprinting, this might include high knees, A-skips, or bounding drills. Now let's talk stretching. There's a lot of confusion out there about which type of stretching to use and when. So let's break it down. There are 4 types of stretching. Static stretching, where you hold a stretch for 15 to 30 seconds. Ballistic stretching, fast, bouncing movements. Dynamic stretching, controlled, movement-based stretches that mimic sport-specific actions. PNF stretching, advanced partner-based techniques that use contractions to increase flexibility. Static stretching has long been the go-to, but it turns out it might not be ideal before high-performance activity. In fact, studies show that prolonged static stretching before lifting or sprinting may actually reduce strength and power output in the short term. So what's the better choice for warm-ups? Dynamic stretching. This type of movement primes the nervous system without reducing force production. Think walking lunges, leg swings, inchworms, or arm circles. It's about moving through your range of motion, not just sitting in it. Static stretching still has value, but it's best saved for cool-downs or dedicated flexibility sessions, especially if your goal is to improve long-term joint range of motion or muscle length. Now, here's something people often overlook. Mobility isn't the same as flexibility. Flexibility is passive range of motion, like how far you can stretch a muscle. Mobility is active control of that range. You might be flexible enough to hit a deep squat, but if you don't have the control and strength to stabilize in that position, your mobility is limited. Improving mobility means training the muscles, joints, and nervous system to move well and move strong, especially under load. That's where things like Cossack squats, controlled articular rotations, CARs, ankle and hip openers really shine. They're active, intentional, and done regularly. They'll keep you moving well and lifting longer. Here's the other benefit of building mobility: injury prevention. When joints move well and muscles are activated through full ranges of motion, you reduce compensations, joint stress, and wear and tear. And if you're serious about your training, longevity matters. Another key idea: your warm-up should match your workout. If you're squatting heavy, your warm-up should emphasize hips, knees, and ankles. If it's upper body day, focus on thoracic spine mobility, shoulders, and elbows. Warm-ups aren't one-size-fits-all. Tailor them based on what's ahead. So let's recap the essentials of an effective warm-up. Start with 5 to 10 minutes of light aerobic activity. Move into dynamic stretching, targeting the joints and muscle groups you'll be using. Include rehearsal of the actual movement patterns you're training that day. Avoid long, static stretches before lifting heavy or sprinting. Save those for the cool down. And most importantly, don't skip it. A warm-up is an investment, not an inconvenience. The return? Fewer injuries, better movement, and stronger performances. That wraps up part 24. In the next episode, we'll explore plyometrics, what they are, how they train your nervous system, and how to program them safely for athletes at every level. See you in part 25.